offering on the way. Oh, now this is hit hard to the right side. Caught out there.
And very quickly here, there are 2 away now.
Oliveira will have his first opportunity
now as it comes with the bases empty here in the top of the first. And here's a fastball for strike one.
That's about where he'll sit with that fastball. 93, 94. That's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys in the need to.
Off-speed to this one runs in and nearly gets him here.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. Lucky that didn't hit him.
Ready now on 1-1. Big breaking ball. Beauty that time. 1-2.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now it's down 1-2. I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
And that's in there. So perhaps some life here with 2 men out. And now there's no happier person in the ballpark. Oliveira just recorded his first hit as a big leaguer, and as you'd expect would happen, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
And you know, Matt, nothing can quite prepare you for this kind of moment. Of course, as a player, you always expect to do well, and in your head, you've got a certain idea of what it's going to feel like, but there's quite a difference between imagining how it's going to feel and then actually getting that first hit.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. He'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball to the second.
Well, if these guys are anything this season, he's going to need to be a big part of that offense. And he comes through big time right here with a base hit in his very first at-bat.
Eric Ibar stands in trying to make it
3 straight 2-out hits as he's got a runner in scoring position at second with still 2 away. And that misses ball 1. Seems like he's missed his spots a few times here already.
Yeah, he hasn't been overly sharp. He hasn't caught up with it. He's going to need to find that one.
the 1-0 pitch. And bouncing ball foul. Stand in now, and suddenly the bases are loaded here with 2 away.
Now, meanwhile, this is going to be extra bases, and it's going to do some damage. 1 run scored, and the second run will score. That makes it a 2-0 ball game.
And I got a feeling the last thing these guys want to do is get someone up in the bullpen here in the first inning. They might not have a choice because this is 4 hits against them already, and that last one was smoked.
Garcia, see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home.
Here in the inning so far.
Here's the first offering, and he takes ball 1. Maybe some big game hitters here in this opening.
Well, I don't think anyone's immune to that. I don't care what the name on the back of your jersey is. This is not an ordinary game.
Here's the 1-0. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now.
Would you say he's not finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he gained a little too much. That's not working.
Now a hard hit going to have to move and get through into center field for a base hit. And that'll bring home run number 3. It's now a 3-0 cushion. And now there's person in the ballpark. Garcia just recorded his first hit as a big leaguer, and as you'd expect would happen, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
And you know, Matt, nothing can quite prepare you for this kind of moment. Of course, as a player, you always expect to do well, and in your head, you've got a certain idea of what it's going to feel like, but there's quite a difference between imagining how it's going to feel and then actually getting that first hit.
Step in now.
3 home in the inning, and another 2 men out there on base.
This is really starting to unravel quickly. Defensively. This is where you reach a nice pop in a big way.
Now the first pitch. First pitch is a changeup for a called strike. Well, this first inning's been a rough one already.
He needs an out there in your worst way.
And you don't want to get caught having to play catch-up this early in the ballgame, so you're right. He's got to work his way out of this jam right now.
He's set.
Now the pitch.
Swinging a ball well to the right side, but this will get into the crowd.
Here comes Fernandez, 0-2. Hard hit towards center, and it's in there. And a good throw lined up.
Holding that runner at third, so the bases become loaded now with 2 gone.
Boy, he has really taken a pounding out there. That's 6 hits now he's given up in just this inning alone, and it's beyond time for a change. You've got to get him out of there.
Julio Teheran stand in now with the bases loaded, 2 away, and a chance to really help himself out.
And at the very least, he's got to focus on getting something in play. He can really help himself out with just a simple single lead.
Outside target and hits it, strike 1.
Comes set, now the pitch. Swung on and lifted into shallow center field. Gordon is there now as he makes the catch.
Avoid the huge inning here as the side is retired. So they do get 3 that inning. That's the good news. The bad news is they leave 3 men on base. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. Atlanta leads it 3-0. A look there at the starting lineup for the host Marlins.
Julio Teheran will get the call to face these guys. One of those bigger hits. Allowed a call.
If he settles down and has success in the early going, it does wonders for his confidence. D. Gordon is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike.
It's so important with guys like this to get ahead of strike 1. Put them behind in the count and on their back foot right away.
Pitches away, but it's swung and rounded to second. 1 away.
And with that, we'll give you a look there at the scouting report on the 20-year-old right-hander. Christian Yelich will be the batter. Now here's the first pitch. Not good there as this ball's hammered out to deep right field.
Marcotte is back to the warning track, and he's able to put it away for the second out.
And on the mound, he's got to hope he doesn't have to suffer through watching too many more of those off the bat.
Giancarlo Stanton
Get his first push now, and he'll do so with the bases empty and 2 away here in the first. First pitch comes.
Pulled off on the slider to start the bat.
It's ball 1.
Now here's the pitch. 1-0 pitch is a slider, swung on and missed 1-1. 1-1. And he comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now.
Yeah, a little surprised he didn't offer that. That was a dangerous spot. Good fastball hit.
And this is fouled straight back.
Again, a 1-2. Reaches for one, but can't find it. Down on strikes.
Ender Inciarte will stand in for the second time now as he'll again get the opportunity to lead off an inning.
Yeah, 9 men came to bat in that first inning, so now they get a chance to reset and start over here in the second.
Now the first pitch. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one.
That one's at 94, so velocity's good right now.
Pitch on the way. And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now. Here comes Hernandez, 0-2. Oh, his sharply is pulled into right. Great diving effort there, but it would just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit. So, unfortunately, he'll be forced to leave the game here with an apparent head injury. And we're hoping, of course, it's nothing too serious, but it's usually not good when it's above the neck. Ichiro Suzuki is going to come in now and take over following the injury.
Nick Marcotte will stand in. A line-out victim his first time. First pitch coming. Now his fastball has been too low here. It's 0-1.
And even though he's given up his share of hits so far, he still hasn't walked anybody, so at least he's got his back going.
The 1-0. Into the box, Hector Olivera. As with one way, he can't make contact on the first pitch. It's strike one.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hat.
In there, strike two.
Yeah, I don't think you want to come in throwing a lot of high changeups. That's a pitch he's going to have to get lower in the strike.
He's set. Now the pitch. And now here's the ball hit pretty well out to the right side. Relay. Too late, and he's safe at third.
Yeah, this will get the runner up to third with two away. But it looked like it might have had a chance to get down initially. Good job to run it down out there in the alley.
Freddie Freeman will stride in again. He singled and later scored his first time. Comes set. Now the pitch. Now a swing and a hard hit ball to short. Throw on first, and that error won't come back to haunt them after all as the inning is over. Braves strand one, but they lead it 3-0. Justin Moore will start things off in the bottom of the second. And here's the first pitch. Here's a cold strike about thigh high, 0-1.
Well, you got to figure that this guy's going to come out here free and easy here in the second. He's got a 3-run cushion already. No reason not to come right after these guys.
Now the pitch. slider, and he can't pull the trigger. 2 strikes.
Now here's the pitch.
And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
The 1-2.
Here's the ball hit pretty well and carrying to deep right. And that'll get
Down
down
out there
out
for
there.
extra bases. Around first on his way to second now. And he will make it there with their first hit of the ball game. A leadoff double.
Well, that was a slider, but he didn't seem to have too much trouble with that one. He rips it right down the line. He wind up making it into second to lead off double.
Martin Prado now, as he'll look at a fastball high for 1. The next pitch. Foul straight back.
A runner at second, nobody out. Now the 1-1 pitch. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. No one out with a runner at second. Stays alive here. This is foul off the right. Now another 1-2. And it looked like he went out of zone that time as this is skied toward the right side of the infield. Freeman battles the son of it, but has it for round number 1.
Well, anytime you get an RBI guy to the plate with less than 2 outs, he does that, he is not happy. That's the kind of at-bat that'll stick with you for a while.
Miguel Rojas
will step in now. Now here's the first pitch. And that's inside foul ball, 1-0.
This is a spot where it helps to have a 2-seam fastball like that so you can work in on the right-hand pitch.
Strike to even the count. 1-1. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
And a swing and a miss. They caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
Well, if you look at it, this is a pretty good job of pitching right here. Right after the leadoff double, he gets a pop-up and then a strikeout. So now he's just 1 out away from getting out of this thing unscored upon.
Here's Marcelo Zuna as he gets under the first pitch and sends a fly ball out to right field.
Reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. One left for Miami. They trail it here 3-0. Eric Ibar is ready to go here as we begin the third. Here's the first offering. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the third, and it's strike 1.
And for as bad as he missed that pitch, you can bet we're going to see that again before this at-bat's over.
Here it comes. Now the 0-1
swung on and lifted out to straightaway center field. 1 away here to begin the third.
But these are the kind of days where even I want to grab a bat. Everybody in that offense is hitting the ball hard somewhere.
A.J. Pierzynski will stand in.
He had a 2-run single his first time around. And a high strike there, 0-1. Seems like he's gotten away with more than a few location mistakes so far.
Yeah, that's not going to last forever, especially in this place.
Right on that pitch that time as he wraps it into
center field, a base hit.
Boy, that hit right there is just a thing of beauty. Talk about smoking right back in the box. There isn't too many guys in the middle of that field that can catch a ball like that.
Stepping left.
Yeah, and he had his first major league hit earlier in the game. How about a two-hit game to start things out? Attaboy.
Joesph Peterson will stand in. The base hit his first time around. Here's the first pitch to him. That's hard hit. And that'll fly into center field for a base hit. And they'll quickly get it in here to hold that runner at third base.
And time will be called here.
Pitching coach out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit.
Julio Teheran.
Stand in now with the bases loaded, and this is one at-bat he doesn't want to just throw away. He can really help himself here.
Yeah, hitting is not really in a lot of pitchers' DNA, but you're right. If he can find a way to just find a hole in the ground.
Kind of game as we've got action down there right now. We're only in the third inning. One run is scored, and they'll hold that runner at third, so everyone moves up, and they remain loaded here with still only one gone.
Well, I don't know how you start hitting much better than this. That's 4 straight hits now. This one brings home a run, and they're all set up to bring home a crooked number. They can keep this going.
Now
the Miami manager's up out of the dugout
on his way out to the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change, as that's going to do it for Jose Fernandez. So he'll head here this afternoon to a smattering of blues after what can be described as really a subpar performance. Adam Conley is going to come on to pitch here, and seeing as though it's just the third inning, maybe asked to work for a while.
Ender Inciarte will be the first to meet him here, and he'll do so in an ideal situation.
Bases loaded and only one out now. First pitch to him. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Tough spot here for a left-handed hitter, facing a guy that's exceptionally tough on lefties.
Yeah, you generally get so many at-bats against right-handed pitching. Now you're in a good RBI spot, and you're stuck facing a guy like this.
Now a swing as he foul it here, and right off the arm behind the plate. That hurts.
1-1 on the way. In the air to straightaway center field.
Is there, and that should be deep enough to score the run. But he will not try it as he heads back to the bag. You know, I thought he had it easily, but he apparently didn't think so, and there are 2 gone now. Nick Marcotte will have a shot now to really open this one up in the early going. First pitch coming.
Now a line hard toward right field.
Is there to make the catch, and they'll escape the bases loaded jam by giving up just 1 run. So 1 run here on 4 hits here, no errors, and 3 men left stranded. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. The Braves on top 4-0. Muto will be the batter.
In there, 0-1.
You can tell he's trying to work that pitch away, but he might have left that one a little more over the plate than he intended.
And
now pitch on the way.
Here's one that misses high.
It's
1-1. And the pitch. Now a little dribbler up the line to first. And checking in there for the first out.
Adam Conley will stand in for the first time here. First pitch on the way. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Now
the pitch.
Boy, they're really giving him inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now. Now here it comes. And fastball right by him. 2 down.
Well, let's isolate this release here. You can see he's got an easy motion, easy delivery, and boom, then he runs his pitch up there pretty darn quick.
Here's D. Gordon now. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone. Here's the pitch.
And this is high
High, a
and
ball
strike.
strike.
Bases are empty.
Empty.
2 men out.
Ani pops it up. Drifting just beyond the infield. Peterson is there, and the side is retired. Pretty painless half of the inning.
3 innings complete. It's the Braves 4 and the Marlins nothing. Hector Olivera will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far. And he takes a good swing at that one as this is sent down the line in right, but ultimately into the crowd. Foul ball. Pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball towards the hole. Oh, and he throws it away.
It goes without saying, but how well this team plays defensively is going to say a lot about how they fare this year. They made it a big priority in spring training, so you hate to see them start making errors here on opening day.
Freddie Freeman will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far. Here's the first offering. He'll start him here to the changeup, but it's taken for ball 1.
And you know, down there at third base, he absolutely wants another shot at a ground ball. Something to try and make up for that error.
To bed. You want to go to bed? No, want to go to bed?
Here's a 1-0. Here's a ground ball to first.
Could be.
One there. And the relay won't nearly be in time as he's there easily.
This is always a tough throw here for a first baseman coming off the bag. You got to make sure that you don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw. They're going to settle for just 1 at second.
Now a ball hit in the air to left center. In there, base hit.
You're going to see the location of this pitch on show track.
It's actually in a great spot, a couple inches off that inside corner. Normally, you'd think all a guy could do is chop that and foul it, but he gets those hands to it very quickly, and he just yanks it.
Come here. You're getting comfy. Come here.
Into the box now. A.J. Kurzinski.
As the first pitch misses it high and inside for ball 1.
And against a veteran hitter like this, you got to be in that strike zone early in the count. Because the more pitches he sees, the better he's going to be able to time anything you've got.
The 1-0.
You don't
Swing
have
and a ball hit softly on the ground, but a foul ball, 1-1.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2.
Wow, what a good time to take something off of that pitch. And they had him fooled pretty good on that one.
Look at your handsome little boy.
1-2.
Handsome boy.
Now a ball hit back up the middle. Barehanded for 1. First time.
Just like that, this side is retired. Acrobatics that time to the bag to get this double play started. Back with more on opening day after this.
Calm down. I got you, buddy.
Christian Yelich will lead things off here in the home half of the 4th. And now the first pitch in the inning is in the air.
Center. Inciarte is there, and he has it for the first out. So
So the base is empty here with 1 away.
in steps the dangerous Ichiro. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Well, as we've seen so far, this isn't a team that's going to wait around too long to feel a pitcher out. They're an aggressive team all the way from top to bottom. And if that first pitch is anywhere close, most of these guys are going to take a hack at it.
And Marcotte will tuck this one in for route number 2. Justin Moore standing now 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, this has been total domination these past 4 innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
And that's in there for strike one. Now the pitch. Fouled back. Here it comes. And a good fastball swung on in this for strike 3, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Marlins. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Garcia will make his way towards the box to lead off the 5th. Now here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a ground ball. A foul ball here, 0-1.
Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir.
And now a pitch on the way. Swing and a ball hit on the ground. But this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2.
Now here it comes.
Out in front as he rounds this one to short. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Pretty good work out of the bullpen, as you see there. Got called in much earlier than I'm sure he expected, but he's given him a real lift so far.
Joesph Peterson will stride in. He singled in his last plate appearance. First offering on the way. Now this ball's hit back up the middle, and he's got himself another base hit, his 3rd of the afternoon.
This is what you call an ambush right here.
You're hitting back in the order. You're looking dead red early in the count. Kind of just hoping the pitcher might relax and forget about you for a minute. Then you get that fastball middle in, and you jump all over it.
Standing in now, Julio Teheran. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1.
From the stretch. Chopper foul.
He's ready.
Now the pitch. Great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd out.
And there's something he just may well remember for quite a while. His first big league punch-out. I'm sure he's hoping it'll be the first of many, many more.
And you hear a lot of pitching coaches talking about pitchers letting their defense do the work. But the truth is, if you want to stick around in the big leagues, you're going to have to take matters into your own hands every once in a while, too. In this day and age, you have to be able to strike guys out if you want to be successful.
Turns on the gun, rips it down the line. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over.
Martin Prado
will stand in to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
Pitch count there. 1 pitch into his 5th inning work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it should be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so it should be fine for the time being.
Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's
1-1. Swinging a high chopper to 3rd. Knee high, he barehands it. And a good throw gets him 1 gone.
There's our line score through the first 4.5.
These guys basically had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just 1 hit to this point.
Miguel Rojas will try it again, set down on strikes his first time.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Here's the pitch. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it in 1-1.
And the pitch. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
Real movement on that two-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
Here comes a 1-2. And a swing and a miss. They caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
Marcell Ozuna dig in here. Flew out his time around. Now the first pitch. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
You know, maybe the most impressive thing about his performance so far, he's doing it all in a hitter's ballpark. It's hard to come in here and pitch like this, but he's done a heck of a job.
Fastball's got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. Pitch on the way. Ball and 2 strikes. The count now with the bases empty and 2 away.
Yeah, 1 pitch away now from getting through 5 shutout innings. And I'll tell you what, the wait.
I'm sorry to interrupt. That's the 3rd strike and the 3rd out. Side is retired. Miami down in order. They trail here 4-0. Nick Marcotte will get things started here in the top of inning number 6. Here's a ball hit pretty well. Carrying deep right.
Yeah, jumping on the first pitch of the inning there. Gave it a pretty good ride, but in the end, it winds up being a pretty routine first out.
Hector Oliveros will get another crack.
1-for-3 thus far. And now the Marlins bullpen will swing into action as a lefty and a right-hander start to hit. Out in front as this is drilled into left field. That's a base hit.
And this ball center. He got it right on the barrel. He just drills it into left field for a 1-out single.
Freddie Freeman will stand in. He grounded into a fielder's choices last time. First pitch coming. Swinging a hard liner to center field. Ozuna is there now and has it 2 gone.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning. This is a fastball, and it is hammered. I mean slow. But he ends up with nothing, and his average is going to go down.
Eric Ibar will get another shot now. 2-3 in the game.
Now here's the first pitch. A ball hit hard to the left side. And oh, he can't knock this one down as it tips right by him into left.
Yeah, a hot shot time and a tough read down there at third base. He just couldn't get the leather on it.
A.J. Pierzynski will step in now and see what he can do with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th. From the belt, the pitch. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Throw to first is going to be in time. Rally comes up short as that's out number 3. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. On to the bottom of inning number 6. It's the Braves 4 and the Marlins nothing. JT Realmuto will come in now to start things out here in their half of the 6th as they look for a reversal of fortunes here. The first 5 innings have not been particularly kind to them.
Yeah, and I think that's putting it mild. Just 1 hit in these first 5 innings. They're going to need to do a better job of finding good pitches to hit. But that fellow on the mound has not made it easy on him, and that's for sure.
Now a fastball off the plate away.
Ball and a strike. Look
into Pierzynski.
1-1. Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now.
Seems like it's been a fairly consistent pattern. Hard stuff early, soft stuff late. But these guys don't seem to have caught on yet.
It's a pretty standard operating procedure, too. They just look lost.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, that's a great pitch on 1 and 2. started in the zone, and hopefully you'll get that guy thinking he needs to protect. Turned out to not be take.
And here's a curveball that's laid off that time. It's full 3-2. Boy, really making him work now as the 7th pitch of the at-bat is also fouled away, so the count will hold steady at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that one misses. Derek Dietrich come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. Kick goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. Olivero will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first. Gordon will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. And that'll get down out there near the wall.
Boy, a real good effort that time out there, right?
Thought he had a shot at getting there, but you see the lead comes up just a little short. That's going to allow this guy to make it up to second here with a double.
Christian Yelich comes on with one away as to the ball. It's 1-0. Catch will be made here. Tagging is the runner from third. And there's a first step in the comeback. The sac fly makes this a 4-1 ball game.
Yeah, they had to scratch and claw to get it done, but the sac fly finally gets him on the board. Hey, the way things are going, they'll take it.
Ichiro Suzuki is in for his second plate appearance as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. And a bouncing ball, foul. 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 errors thus far on the Miami line score. And this one's tapped foul on the plate.
1-2.
And he struck him out. 7th ball game, and that ends the inning. Marlins forced to settle for 1. 7th inning coming up. The Braves lead it 4-1. Brian Morris is on the pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7. Hit pretty well as out to deep center. Ozuna is there to put this one away, and it takes just 1 pitch to record the first out of the 7th.
Well, that's pretty nice. You come into a ball game, you throw 1 slider, and you get yourself an out. Now, that'll help you settle right into the game.
Jace Peterson will try and keep it going. 3 for 3 thus far. Now the first pitch. And now the second pitch of the inning is hit in the air to center. Under it is Ozuna, and there are 2 gone now.
Sometimes when you're facing the bottom third of an order, hey, just run it up, let him hit it. This is now back-to-back flyouts, and he hasn't had to work all that hard to get him.
Julio Teheran is at the plate now, and he's quickly behind 0-1. Here it comes. Swing and a hard hit ball to second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Braves retired on just 4 pitches as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Justin Bour will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
This whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the 1 run, that's it.
The pitch.
And the slider was blowing inside as he just about got him there.
Nothing wrong with it. As much as it pains me to say, pitchers have the right to work inside.
And he lays off upstairs, but it's ruled a strike, and he can't believe it. 1-2.
But you get the sense that what they need is 1 big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game, because right now they just seem out of it.
Has to fight to stay alive as this is fouled off to the right. Try again,
1-2.
Now here's a little tapper down the third base line, and this could be a tough play. And he's set down, one away.
Prado is in for the third time.
He's popped out and grounded out so far. In there, strike one, 0-1 for that man right there. Just the one run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got to look at someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
They finally break through for hit number 3 of his ball game, though.
Miguel Rojas comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
And
Slider runs away from him there, and the count's
2-2. Now a ball pulled hard, but foul.
foul off the plate.
2-2 one more time. And he gets under the 2-2 a bit as this is sent in the air out to straightaway center. Inciarte is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
He continues to pitch well out there. Here's his pitch breakdown.
Marcell Ozuna will stand in now.
He flew out in his first time around as a strikeout victim last time.
Want Jeremy here tomorrow? Do you?
First pitch coming. And that's taken for strike one.
Yeah, he's definitely still bringing it. It's his 7th inning, and we're still here. The catcher's been snapping all the way up here.
Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No.
No.
First base umpire, ball one. Looking to Pierzynski, the 1-1. 1-2 as he chases the slider.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Now might be a good time to call that 2-seamer running in.
What the hell is that? They're on Facebook, it's just
The right-hander deals on 1 and 2. They try to come in with a fastball, but it's too far in, and it's even at 2 and 2.
You have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that chip?
And we'll have to leave it there. The play is made here to end the inning. Marlins lead 1, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. Ender Inciarte get us going now in the top half of the 8th.
Now here's the first pitch. Swing and a ball hit into the air to left center and shallow. Yelich
is there to put it away. They couldn't ask for more than a 1-pitch out to begin the 8th. One away for the Braves here in inning number 8. And standing in, the powerful right fielder, Joesph Marcotte. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0.
Yeah, when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
And that's in there for strike 1-1. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put a stamp on this game. Throwing a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
Now it's swinging a hard hit under. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now. The Humidor is certainly doing its job so far as you get a look at our line score for this one. A low-scoring affair, very unlike the first 10 years or so of baseball here in Denver.
I know, walk somewhere.
Olivera is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike.
Yeah, when that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you gotta leave alone and he can bring something down.
Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hole, 0-2.
Now a pitch on the way. And a slider swung on and missed to the side is retired.
Braves are set down 1-2-3, but they lead it 4-1. JT Realmuto will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on. That's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. It's been free and easy the whole way through.
And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high 1-2.
Could be that high fastball there was just a setup pitch. Now you've kind of established that high sight level. Could be a good time to break off a nasty curveball.
Throw on to first is in time to get it, so that'll go down as a strikeout and a 2-3 putout for out number 1. Tommy Medica will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Fastball too high to start him out here. No. Now the pitch. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0. And he'll lay the fastball in here.
Down for 2-1.
Now the pitch.
And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2.
Yeah, he probably won't have too big a dip in velocity the rest of the way. But the later this game goes, the more important it will be to watch where his location is. That's probably the bigger concern. Second strikeout for him here in the inning. Make that 9 now in the ballgame. He is just carving these guys up.
Dean Gordon will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
First pitch fastball gone, and that's 0-1. He continues to get ahead here. He's been in complete control.
I think you need to guard yourself from being...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Mike Dunn come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Freddie Freeman will dig in. He lined out hard in his last time around. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats.
Now here's the pitch. Swinging a little tapper out in front of the mound. Go on to first.
And that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
And I just think this is one of those swings where you just get committed a little bit too early. By the time you realized this thing was going to break out of the strike zone, it was just a little too late to hold back.
Here's the first offering. Eric Ibar is at the plate as he looks at ball 1.
1-0 pitch now.
Now here's a swing and ball out there toward right center. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And he'll pull into second with his 4th hit in the ball game.
I don't know. That looked like a slider that time, but it was just sort of a cement mixer. It just spun and did nothing. And he whacks this thing into the gap. No way to run this one down, and he winds up in second with 2 bases.
Into the box, A.J. Pierzynski.
And that's through into center field, base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Good job here. Ties the ball well, doesn't roll over, and just shoots this ball right back up the middle.
Marlins have some action in the bullpen now.
Right-hander is up and throwing. Stepping in now, Garcia. And he turns this one around and deep to center field. But he's going to get there. The second out of the inning. The relay throw is dropped at first. But he will not try it as he heads back to the bag. You know, I thought he had it easily, but he apparently didn't think so, and there are 2 gone now. Peterson will stand in. Flew out his last time up. And a fastball swung on and hit a second. Throw to first is going to be in time. The Braves rally comes up short as that's out number 3. Christian Yelich will stand in here. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt.
Chris Withrow. Come on now, trying to finish this one off here in the bottom of the ninth. In there, and it's 0-1. And the pitch.
Here's a fastball. Grounds in, and it's 1-1. Here it comes. And here's a ball hit in the air. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Here comes the 1-2. In tight with a slider, 2-2.
Oh, that's not a bad idea right there. Go ahead and try that back foot slider on a 1 and 2. Hope you can get him to commit. That's a good job of playing off that pitch.
Curveball.
He broke with it, but it's full 3-2.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
Payoff pitch one time. Finally, just where it is.
This one swung on and missed for the first out.
Well, there's the true definition of a power arm out of the bullpen. He just reared back and said, go ahead, try to hit it. And he blew that four-seamer right by the guy.
Here's Ichiro now. As he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one.
Now here
it comes.
Foul here. Plate he's behind 9-2. Bases are empty, 1 man in. And here's a ball hit in the air. And this will land foul.
Another 0-2 coming.
And here's a
Here's
pitch
inside, and that got him.
This is deep because out of anybody in this lineup, this guy's probably the most likely to want to run. So look out.
And now, Justin Bohr.
This takes strike one on the fastball here, no balls and a strike.
That's what you need to do after a hit by pitch. Get right back on that horse and fire a fastball in there.
And that's inside off the plate fastball. It's 1-1. Runners on first with 1 down. The 1-2. Ooh, heads up. This is foul.
Here it comes again, 1-2. Takes strike 3 called on the fastball.
Pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Well, after that last pitch at 97, he decides to take a little bit off, all the way down to 96. How's that for change speed?
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Aroldis Vizcaíno is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth. Martin Prado now as he swings down to the first pitch and sends a chopper over to third. Which will be in time to get it.
Move to 1-0 on the young season as this ball game is over.
Yeah, what a nice job to come in here and finish this one off. And with that, he picks up career save number 1. So nice going.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that he has.
Guys to the victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
And you have to feel good for that guy right there. The games finally count, and he comes out on opening day and turns in a great performance. Now, that's how you want to get your season started.